Well, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, and I want to encourage you to join us at the Journey Baptist Church at 10:15 a.m. this Sunday morning for a great service, and I know that you will be blessed. Come on out. We're learning about loving God and loving others, and it has been a blessing to be a part of, and I hope that you will take my invitation and come on out and enjoy a service with us this Sunday morning, 10:15 a.m. Promise number 203 in our highlights from God's Word Bible studies. We're going to find that in Habakkuk 3:19. It's really the last verse of a very small book in the Old Testament. And I think that you'll be encouraged by this promise. The promise is this, that God promises to strengthen us with feet like a deer so we can reach greater heights. What a promise. I wonder if you've ever felt held back. I mean, have you ever looked at the road ahead and thought to yourself, I'm just not able to climb that incline, and it's too steep for me. Whatever this plan God has, I just don't feel like I'm equipped for it. And I think we all get there at one time or another. And I'm thinking about, like I said, the plans God seems to be calling us into. I think that a lot of times we set our own plans, and of course we set our own plans to our own likings, to our own whatever we think are our talents, and so we don't ever experience that very often. And so this, I'm talking about when God calls you to do His work. I think that God calls everyone to His work. I just don't think everyone hears His voice or answers His call because they have other things that are more important to them, so they might miss that opportunity. But for those of you who are really trying to obey the Lord and listen to His every word so you can make every step for Him, sometimes He asks us to make a step that seems either too far for us, too fast for us, maybe too steep, and so we get a little nervous. But this promise, God tells His people that wherever He calls us to, it will probably be higher than you can climb on your own. In fact, I'm pretty sure it'll always be higher than you can climb without Him. And so let that be encouragement. He says, but in Him, in me, you can make greater heights. The interesting implication is that He will make us sure-footed and well-balanced. That's what I see when I think of a deer. A deer, think of it, he can travel very fast over uneven ground, evading predators with great success. So let that be an encouragement to you. That's a beautiful picture for us. So think about it, as you're looking at the road ahead, with God, you can be very sure-footed and able to achieve greater heights. And if we throw in that idea that in the process of going to those greater heights or making those faster corners or whatever over uneven ground, we're actually evading the enemy as he pursues us to try to trip us up. And so imagine that God is making a promise to us that He will give us the sure-footedness we need to accomplish whatever He calls us to. And if you're able to accomplish it with very little interest in God or very, very little communication or connection to Him, and you're certainly not serving Him, you're serving more yourself, if you can accomplish all that, then you are missing out on what God could do with your life. Because He says, I'm going to call you where you're going to need feet like a deer, where you're going to need to be able to corner, you're going to need to be able to maneuver better in this world, in this life, to accomplish the things I'm calling you into. And when we do accomplish those things that He's calling us into, there is a genuine satisfaction, life fulfillment that is way beyond any trophy we could win or something we can achieve that's on our own. So let that be an encouragement to you. He's got us. He wants to give us what we need to accomplish greater things than we could ever do on our own. Have a great weekend.